So we just have a few days left for the big exam, and I want to give you some tips on how you can maximize your return on investment over the last few days. What's return on investment here? The investment is the time that you spend studying, and the return is return is the fact that you want to pass. Okay, so we want to do the most with our limited time. So what do? You don't have time to read the curriculum right now, so the best way to revise the concepts is to go through the summaries, either in the curriculum or even Shweza summaries are fine. If you've been taking your own notes, you can revise those. In terms of formula sheets, I recommend a two-tiered system, and what I mean by that is tier 1 should be a formula sheet of formulas that keep coming up often. As you practice questions, you will notice that there are some formulas that are used over and over. And then there are other formulas that are not used so often but are part of your course. And an example is calculating the test statistic for the chi-squared. Okay, so it's part of your course, but the chances of it showing up are low. So still have that on a tier 2 sheet, and then keep both these sheets close to you, especially this one. Before you do any practice, revise these sheets. While you are practicing, try to resist the temptation to look through the sheet. Then practice the curriculum questions. You've done it before, and even if you've looked at curriculum questions before, do them again. Here again, there are two tiers. Tier 1 is all the MCQ based questions, be they the practice problems at the end of the reading or many readings like Econ and FRA and Equity and so on. You will find MCQs in the regular examples. So those are tier 1 questions because they are exam like questions. Make sure you do those. Best possible practice, both the examples as well as the practice problems at the back. Then tier 2 from the curriculum would be the non-MCQ. At this stage, you don't have too much time, and these questions often take a fair amount of time. So either you can skip them at this stage, or what you can do is just quickly read through them, and if you can make sense, great. If you can't make sense, then don't spend too much time trying to decipher the details. The next big one is past mock exams. These should be done, but with some care. And what do I mean by that? So here I'm just suggesting to you that the mock exams issued by the CFA Institute, while they are the best possible practice, but clearly the course changes every year. So you need to be careful about what you are doing. There are some topics, however, that have not changed much since 2009. So ethics, quant, fixed income, derivatives and alt have not changed much since 2009. So do all the mock exams with regards to these subjects, all mock exams since 2009. If you see something that looks completely strange and unfamiliar, then you can check whether it's in the course or not, but chances of finding something like that are remote. Financial reporting and analysis, this also has not changed much since 2009, but the subtle thing to keep in mind is that in 2009 and 2010, the FRA questions were mostly based on US GAAP, and then in 2011 and beyond, there is more of a focus on IFRS. So while most of the questions even from 09 and 2010 are valid, but keep this point in mind. US GAAP is still part of your course, but the CFA Institute is putting more emphasis on IFRS now. Nevertheless, I think all these old practice questions are by and large still quite good. Portfolio management and equity, the course changed in 2011. So while you can look at the questions before 2011, but 2011 material and the material that you are looking at now in 2012 is the same. The readings have not changed one bit since last year. So 2011 material is great. Econ is brand new essentially in 2012. So with Econ, practice all the questions in the curriculum. The good news is the curriculum has lots of questions, so do them all. And then after that, once you've done these a couple of times, you will have the 2012 mock exam. Try to do the sample exams. Plus, here you can also look at Schwezer mocks and so on. Corporate finance, actually, I should include corporate finance over here. Corporate finance has also not changed much since 2009. Okay, now the 2011 mock exam should be done at least 1 week before the actual exam. For those of you right here in Karachi, we will do this on the Sunday before the exam. We will sit down from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, do the morning paper, and then you will have lunch from 1 to 2, and then 2 to 5 will be your afternoon paper. So we'll do this in exam-like setting. And those who are listening to this video should make sure that either on the Sunday before the exam or before that, you sit down and do this properly like an exam. CFA Institute sample exams. If you go to the CFA Institute website, you can buy these exams, and again the questions are very good. So between the mock and the samples, these are the best indication of what you will get on your actual exam. So if you can afford it, I would suggest you buy these sample exams from the CFA Institute. If you are done with all of the above, then you can also do Schwezer mocks. Okay, so they are not as good as the CFA mock exams, and Schwezer I just use as a generic term for any prep provider. Schwezer is the most popular, so I keep mentioning Schwezer, but there are other prep providers and you can look at their mocks too, but no prep provider will give you questions as good as the curriculum questions, no matter what they say. So make sure you spend a lot of time on the curriculum and CFA Institute questions. Okay, so that's the bottom line. You just have to practice a lot. And in case you are wondering that if I practice, then I cannot spend time reviewing, keep in mind that when you practice, then concepts get reviewed automatically. So as you are practicing, you will see something you don't know, then you read the answer. The curriculum generally gives a good answer. That review of the answer automatically will help you revise the concept. So at this stage, that's the best thing to do.